Uh, what is up, guys? Welcome to episode 15 of the R7 podcast. Yeah. Oh my gosh,
15?
15, eh?
What a
Only?
great podcast.
Yeah. Welcome to the 15th episode of the R7
15th?
podcast. And
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah, so anyways, of course, I'm Josh Luna. I'm reporting live from the R7 podcast. To my bottom, we have...
You're reporting live from the R7 podcast, are you?
Yeah.
Damn.
Wait, what?
Damn, I really botched that. I'm actually coming to you live from the R7 studio, which is the recording grounds... which is one of the recording grounds for the R7 podcast.
Don't listen to his lies. He's from the podcast.
I
Yes.
only exist in the podcast. But anyways, to the bottom, we got Darian Majors. Where are you reporting live from?
My cell phone.
Oh my god.
Version 3 of me with no laptop because the internet is broken and I'm too lazy / unmotivated to get a new one.
All right, to Darian's right, we got Brayden. Where are you reporting live from, my dude?
The internet.
Okay, on top of Brayden, we got Mina. Where are you reporting live from?
I'm reporting from on top of Braden.
Wow, you finally escaped Sophia's basement, right?
Mm-hmm.
Her rotting corpse must have gotten real smelly, huh? All right.
I hope not.
She's still dead.
All right.
Sophia's
Yeah.
still dead.
She's still dead. And to my right is not a member of the R7 podcast, but is actually going to be our guest
The
for
heck?
today. It's Mark Aguilo. What's up, man?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my.
Oh yeah. But anyways, we will do a guest interview, and he'll be joining us to talk about our topics for today. And speaking of which, what are our topics for today? We're finally gonna answer the question: is Mark Zuckerberg really human? And we're also going to be talking about Russia's approval of the first COVID-19 vaccine. All
I
right.
think this is the first time you've done like a debriefing of what's going to happen. Usually we just go straight into it, don't we?
Yeah. Aha, yes, I found it.
All right. But anyways, let's get right to the show. All right. So first of all,
Here.
all right. First of all, we're doing this little interview bit. So, Mark, you've seen the podcast before, so you already know how this would go. So, do you have any legendary Josh Luna stories that you'd
Legendary.
like to talk about? Do you have anything to offer?
Legendaric.
Do you have anything to offer? Do you have any sacrifices to offer?
Feed us. Give us content. Huh?
Sorry.
Oh, alright, so, first off, from the last podcast, Adam kind of promoted my story, because it's a good story. But first off, screw you, Adam. Second of all,
Screw Adam.
Wow.
yeah, second of all, so he mentioned a story about how Josh dropped his pants in front of Adam for no apparent reason as a skinny. How old were you? Like
I was like
10, 11?
I was skinny at 10, 11. I think I might have been around 7, 8.
Yeah, that's alright. It's like 7, 8. So it's funny because my story, occurs around the same time as Adam's story.
Oh.
So it also happened at Camp Nudemic. I was gonna search up a picture, but I just didn't have enough time. At Camp Nudemic, there's this really big play structure. It's like made out of wood. It's like a tree fort, and it's literally like 3 stories tall. There's like 3 floors. It's outside, and yeah, it's like as like 12-year-old kids, it's when you're outside, all we do is just run around and play. So we have a bunch of like kids playing tag on the fort. So how it works is that there's a main floor, and then there's a second level, and then there's 2 towers at the back. And like level, there's a bunch of stairs, but the stairs are kind of like like they're like picnic tables, like it's just planks of wood, so there's nothing in the back. And there's a place, and if you're skinny enough, there's a place you can go behind the stairs to hide. So like when kids running around, they're not checking behind anything; they're just running around trying to tag other people. So I was skinny back
Good
then.
tactic.
Tile, who was a former guest on this podcast, was skinny back then, so we were able to fit underneath.
He's still skinny. I can confirm
Yes,
that.
he is still skinny, and he was also able to fit in between the steps of the stairs to go to the second floor. So everybody's running around. Me and Tile sneak underneath the stairs and watch everybody running around because we're smart and we don't want to get ourselves tired. So we're just sitting in the back. So Josh sees me and Tile hiding behind the stairs, and he goes, "Oh, I could do that too. I can fit under the stairs." So he runs towards the stairs and slides feet first underneath the first step, and gets 90% of the way through. His head gets stuck in the stairs, like literally stuck in the stairs. So from our point of view, all we see are legs and a body just dangling with his head like 90 degrees, just stuck in between the stairs. We couldn't push him out. We couldn't pull him out. We had to get like all our parents involved. They couldn't pull him out. They had to go to the kitchen and pull out cooking oil to pour all over Josh's head so they could oil him out. Because I guess he ran so fast that he just got stuck in there. And it took a good like 45 minutes to an hour for him to get out. They had to like literally like wiggle him back and forth because he couldn't, It was like, yeah. So that's my story about Josh.
All right. So we
See, the thing with Josh is that, like, and you guys know Josh very well, is that he doesn't really have, like, moments that are special, right? Like, he does one thing, and it's like, oh, that's a moment. He does it a second time, and it's like, oh, it's just Josh. And then he keeps doing it over and over. I don't think I've ever seen Josh get his head stuck in between a pair of stairs before, I
can recall that's probably the only time that's ever happened to me.
Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah.
So that's my story.
Congratulations, Josh. I'd clap, but my hands are occupied.
I'll clap.
All right. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Thank you for sharing that story. Now, another thing that you're into, and I've already asked Adam this last week, but you are also a NHL fan. You're like the.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes, I am. I learned how to skate before I could walk. Not joking.
Wow.
Epic.
A true Canadian right there.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, anyways, what are your thoughts on the current Stanley Cup playoffs right now?
So, as we all know, sports are starting to come back. So the hockey teams are stuck in a bubble in two cities, like isolated from the rest of the world, including at the start the Jets. So I was like, all right, I'm excited. The Jets weren't supposed to make the playoffs, but because of COVID, now they're in the playoffs. Let's go watch. Game 1, our top 2 players get injured, and I've never watched it. I never watched the game since.
Okay.
So I haven't been following it that much. Like I watch highlights and stuff, but like I don't know. Like, oh, the Jets are in the playoffs. Literally 10 minutes in. Oh, both our best 2 players are injured. Well, we're gonna lose, and they did lose. So.
Yeah,
I haven't been following it that hard. But I don't know. I heard because like I work at Superstore, so I work at customer service with a bunch of like old white women, and they're all into hockey. One of One of my coworkers is related to Mark Stone, which is like the team one of the captains of the Vegas Golden Knights. It's literally his aunt that I work with. But yeah, so I get my information from them, but I can't bother following it.
All right.
I don't have the time.
You don't have the time.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, the Canadians made it to the first round, I guess.
Well, Pittsburgh is old. Like Crosby's like 36, which is like 80 for a hockey player, and then they don't have their good goalie anymore because he's in Vegas now, so it makes sense. Like Montreal just wanted it more, and that's the thing with the Canadian teams that are in the playoffs right now. They're super young, so they weren't really supposed to make the playoffs because they were like in development, but they're young, and I guess they want it. So
Yeah. I think out of the Canadian teams, and I'm being unbiased here. I think that the Canucks and the Flames have like the biggest chance of walking out with the Stanley Cup this year.
the teams who's in it? It's Vancouver, Montreal, Toronto, Calgary. Are those the three teams? Because Toronto got boned.
The Oilers got
The
boned.
Jets. What?
The Oilers got
Yeah,
boned, right? The Oilers got
The
boned.
Oilers got destroyed too. The Jets got physically destroyed, and the Sens don't even exist. So yeah, I guess it's just those three teams. Yeah, I think Vancouver's the best team right now.
Yeah,
I mean, not gonna lie, out of all the Canadian teams, the teams I don't want to win are obviously the Maple Leafs because Tua likes them, and the Jets.
I was a fan of the Maple Leafs before we got the Jets back.
I fucking hate the Jets because they did me dirty.
Why? Because
I went to
did
a
you have
game,
money on
right?
this?
I went to a game, and all I wanted was a fucking fist bump from like one of them, and they all just looked at me and just fucking walked away, and I'm like, wow, you guys are pieces of shit.
He was hurt.
That's funny.
Like, you do me dirty, I don't want you guys to win anymore.
Fist bumps are reserved for cute, tiny little babies, because then people are going to record it, and then it's going to go on the news, and they're going to be like...
It was before the game. There's like nobody in the fucking stadium. I'm like,
Did
hey,
you have a
how you
sign?
guys doing?
The only reason popular people would want to be nice is so that they can get other people looking at them in a good way.
It's pregame, so they're all getting like all serious and hyped up for the game, right? You gotta get them like at the end. You gotta be one of those like those pug bunnies that like hide at the back door waiting for like the players to come out after the game, and then that's when you get them.
There was a game where they fucking got destroyed, and so before the game was even officially over, they were walking out.
Yeah, that happens all the time. Well, how long ago was this?
Oh, it was last year.
Yeah, they sucked last year. They were, and apparently they
Wow,
hated
I was
each other
watching
last
the game
year.
And I'm like, wow, this is the team I'm fucking supporting. You guys are
Yeah.
fucking shit.
Apparently they hated each other last year. Apparently there was a lot of fighting in the locker room.
Makes sense, because oh my god,
Yeah.
they kept passing the puck to the other team.
Oh, they do that this year too.
Oh, so they haven't changed.
No, their strat is literally if they can score, we'll let the opponent score 5 goals and we'll score 6. Because
Their strat used to be score in the first 30 fucking seconds.
yeah, and score like three goals in like a minute.
Yeah.
They score in
now their
bunches.
strat is suck and hope you win.
Yeah. Well, so
That's how I play everything.
this year makes sense because they literally lost all of their defensemen. So I'm this year's just a wash. Like Bufflin just like the day before the season started was like, oh, I don't want to play anymore, and he just left. And then we lost like 2 other players because we lost them to keep Bufflin in. So this year was just a wash in general because like it's like in basketball if like all of your forwards and your centers just got up and left, and you're just stuck with like your short people.
Oh my goodness!
Right.
Is it that literally the Houston Rockets right now?
I don't know. I don't watch basketball, but
Yeah, the Rockets play 6'5" PJ Tucker at center. So
yeah,
Oh my.
pretty.
At center?
at center, yes, they're playing.
Let me guess, they've barely won.
They somehow they're okay. Let me explain this. So basically, their head coach is like their head coach just runs like this. Their head coach likes to go like all offense, no defense. So basically, the more guards / forwards that can shoot, the better. So they basically.
Say,
Yeah.
as
State
General
tactic.
Kenobi once said, the best defense is a quick and decisive offense.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Yeah. And they have two of like the quickest guys in the league. I don't know if Harden's quick, but
Isn't he like 40?
who?
No, Harden. Wait, no, I'm thinking someone else. Never mind.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah. So basically, back to the Canucks. I think they have like the best young offense in the league, just because.
So I'm a nerd when it comes to hockey. So I like to look at like contracts and the salary cap and like, oh, do they have enough money to afford to sign this player? And the problem with the Canucks is that they don't have enough money. So like this is their best shot. Yeah, because at the end of next year they have to sign Pedersen and what's his face, Hughes, to new contracts, and they only have enough to sign right now. They only have enough money to sign one of them. Like assume because they're star players, right? They would want.
How many millions are being spent for these boys?
So like
5 million.
Oh no, not 5 million.
Really?
They like TSN saying they're gonna get upwards of 8 or 9, and they only have like because they're that good. Especially Hughes. Yeah, no, like Pedersen was on pace for 40 goals.
What?
This year, and Hughes is contender for Rookie of the Year.
Oh my, yeah, no wonder they're worth that much. Then yeah, how the fuck are they gonna get? What is that? Like 16 million for 2 players alone?
Exactly, right? And then the problem is that they have a bunch of old people that they're locked in on contracts, and it's not like the NBA where they can be like, oh, we'll pay a tax to go over the limit. In hockey, you literally can't go over, or else they will like penalize you, like they'll force you to surrender games. So
really, wow.
Yeah, that's what happened to New Jersey when when Kovalchuk was still there. They tried to he left. He just literally just got up and went back to Russia. And New Jersey tried to cancel the contract and like sign somebody else, but because the contract is like guaranteed, you can't just like cancel a contract. They got boned and then they lost like draft picks on the next draft because they still have to pay for Kovalchuk's contract.
Well, I mean, even if you were to try and do that and they were able to do that, I feel like that would be a big lawsuit to just straight up cancel someone's contract.
A lot to do it, right? Like that's why the whole Bufflin thing this year, where it took them like 6 months to make sure all the paperwork was correct to let him go, because during that entire everybody was saying, oh, why doesn't when Winnipeg lost all their defensemen, why don't they just get a new one? The problem is that technically they're still paying for that defenseman because they can't just cancel the contract. He just got up and left, so we're paying like $10 million to a person that's not even playing for us.
Man,
Jeez.
that is like a massive fuck you move.
It was literally the day before the season started. He went up to the coach and he's like, I don't feel like playing anymore. And then he just never played again.
Yeah, that is a massive fuck you.
Exactly. So that's why this year I don't really I'm not too sad that the Jets lost because literally your best player got up and left and like literally screwed you.
Injured though, or was it Shifley?
Both.
Wait, both Wheeler and oh my fuck.
Shifley and Laine got injured.
Oh my.
Yeah. Shifley got that leg injury, and then later on in the game, Laine tried to get revenge, and he was dumb, and he cross-checked the boards and broke his wrist.
Fucking dumbass.
Maybe they should drink more milk and get stronger bones.
They should do that. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Maybe they should stop drinking bone-hurting juice before the game.
What? Bone hurting juice?
Bone hurting.
You don't know you don't know bone-hurting juice?
No.
Where do you live? In Sophia's basement?
What do you believe?
I drink bone juice all the time.
Oh yeah, but anyways,
Sports is complicated.
Oh yeah.
Indeed.
yeah, sports is complicated, but it's entertaining as hell. But anyways, yeah. So should we get into the meat of things and talk about these topics? Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take your silence as a yes. So, anyways,
What if you're vegetarian?
there
didn't
are
consider that.
alternatives like Beyond Meat. So
You get into the meat? How about you get into
Dude,
the salad?
or the tofu.
The tofu. That's what Alex would say, because he likes tofu.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Alex is currently in a study lockdown, so he can't break out.
Man.
But anyways,
He's currently imprisoned in university.
he's in prison online in an online university.
So that's so bad. I'm so glad I finished before this whole thing went down.
Yeah, you graduated. You literally graduated a year before a global pandemic hit. So
Yeah.
congrats to you.
Nice.
So again, congrats to you.
Congrats.
Thank you.
All right, but anyways, let's talk about this. Russia, they have approved its very first COVID-19 vaccine.
Yes. This is very cool.
Good thing or bad thing?
Undetermined.
I'm gonna leave this picture in the text chat. I'm gonna let Josh decide if he wants to put this on the podcast.
Sure.
But apparently these are one of the side effects.
They've
I
already
saw
been
this
able
on Twitter,
to.
so it has to be true.
It's on Twitter. It
That's
has to be
one of
true.
the
It has to be
facts?
true.
Wow.
I gotta close the
Interesting.
window. There's
It's
some
good that he
rowdy.
took it, so you
I gotta
know.
close the
Right.
window. There's some rowdy white kids in the front
Don't let them see the
bopping in their
picture.
car.
Get them in, show them the picture, and then ask
No,
them what
don't
they
show
think
them
about
the
it.
picture. They can't see
I,
it.
Damn.
I know you're laughing, but I feel like you probably shouldn't be.
No, I'm
Why
laughing because
I
like
haven't seen it. Hold on, let me see. What is this?
I'm laughing because of Isaac's reaction. He's just confused. He doesn't know what's going on right now.
Huh? Wait, really?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really him.
No, I think I heard that too.
That's interesting.
That's very interesting. It's
Yeah.
very curious. I've never seen something like that.
Yeah.
If you can put them on YouTube, I don't want you guys to get completely shut off.
Okay.
Well, it's too late.
So if you don't want to show it,
That's why I just left it
basically
in the Discord.
What is it called? Is it called gynecomastia? The thing where guys get
Yeah.
very pronounced chest
Splats.
boob. Is that what that's called?
I think so, something like that.
We could
Plastic
just make it
surgery,
up.
So basically,
or something like that. Yeah.
I guess that's what happens.
So to all the video viewers that don't see the picture, if you subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/r7podcast, you'll get access to those
You don't have a
pictures.
Patreon.
No, it's patreon.net.
Oh, sorry,
Is it?
kickstarter.com /
Change.org.
yeah,
You can find us there.
pornhub.com /
You can find us on GoDaddy.
Oh, GoDaddy?
GoDaddy.
That's a real thing.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm. But anyway,
I don't trust GoDaddy.
Yeah, me too. Why would they name it that?
I
Like,
don't
why?
know. I don't know. But anyways, the whole Russian COVID-19 vaccine. So basically, from what I've read, Putin was all like, "Oh look, let's approve this vaccine because it work on my
Oh.
if it work on my children, it should work for the whole world."
Yeah, he did it on his own daughter.
That's probably one of the worst Russian accents I've ever heard.
No, yeah, that's the worst I've ever heard.
I am not good at. I can't do
Since
it.
Yeah, we know.
Putin Filipino and had a
I'm
sore
not
throat.
good
Speaking of Filipinos,
of accent.
the leader of the Filipinos, Rodrigo Duterte, wants in on this vaccine action.
Oh,
So
yeah, there's a
he's
lot of countries
I
interested.
mentioned this before
No.
we started recording. Apparently, Russia is selling the vaccine to the Philippines so that they can test it for them.
Ugh.
Oh, that's
No.
That's
Wow.
That's not a troll. That's a legit thing that was on reputable news sources. Apparently, that's a thing.
wow.
White people be like,
Typical white people.
you just leave it to the
here, South Asian country. Nobody looks at you. Let's let's do this thing. Here, take it and use it. There you
Oh
go.
man.
I
Run along
Wanted
now.
to sell their vaccine to Africa when Africa got infected, so that they could test it.
Wow.
Mhm.
Man.
That's also a legitimate thing.
White people really be just dropping stuff into any country, inhabited by brown people. Like, hey, you're probably third world. Here you go.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure Philippines
thing.
is a third world. Is it?
Yeah,
I
it,
don't
it, it technically still is. No matter how much Filipinos say that it isn't, it technically still is.
Yep, it's
Second world and a half.
Second world and a half. Okay.
yeah.
2.5.
But anyways,
Five.
good old man, the Philippines is going through. Oh man, the Philippines is just wild. It's become even more wild now.
Unfortunate.
Honestly,
I like to call them Asia's USA because they try to act like Americans, but
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know if it was like a Vox documentary, but there's a documentary on how apparently stupid easy it is to get a gun there.
yeah, Philippines.
Yeah, how like you can go to like there literally just be like a row of houses and you can go to like one of the houses and the guy be like, yeah, I can blacksmith you a gun.
Oh,
What? What is this?
Controls in the Philippines. You can literally go to 7-Eleven, get a SIM card, copy somebody else's number onto that SIM card, and put it on your phone.
What the fuck?
dude, the Philippines, dude.
Because there's a bunch of like scams for like video games, like like that two-factor authentication, where it's like, I put in my password. Oh, we're gonna send you a text to your phone to confirm it. Well, in the Philippines, all you need to do is if you can get the other person's phone number, you can just buy a SIM card and just put the phone number on your phone, and then just intercept the text.
See, that's why I like Steam, because with Steam it's not a text, it's like the actual app.
It's an app, yeah.
Or like Battle.net, they do that, but then like my bank does text, so that means someone would literally be able to get in my bank.
Yeah, well, because like banks aren't like a technological company, right? They're just a banking company, so they're like they see it and they're like, oh, this probably works. ...
Well, my bank's
Do
pretty
all
big,
banks
so
really
probably-
just have like a huge safe of money in the basement, like in like cash?
Does anyone know?
That's how it works in the.
There's central, like literally, there's just a one big central bank that has like everything, and then there's just trucks that transfer it back and forth. That's why when you go to a bank, they don't have that much money because the trucks are constantly in transit. But somewhere like underground, somewhere in like the continent, there's just a big safe with just everything in it.
And that's why you don't see people robbing banks very often.
Yeah.
That's what you
if
see when
ever.
robbing 7-Elevens, because it's probably more money at them than a bank.
Yep.
Stop harassing these poor, brave 7-Eleven workers. I respect them. I genuinely do.
I watched a convenience
I just don't want to buy any of their cookies or taquitos or.
Well, no, not the
Pizza.
7-Eleven brand. No.
I mean-
7-Eleven workers and stuff. I watched a video a few days ago of I don't know if it was 7-Eleven, but it was like a convenience store in America where a guy brings a knife to rob it, and the guy brings out a fucking scimitar,
Yeah.
like that, like big ass sword. And I'm like, "God, why the fuck you got that?
Damn.
That shit wild. What's going on in the U.S. right now?
That's
They're having
America.
fucking swords.
He ain't lacking.
He
There was
ain't
a clip-
lacking, no.
There was a clip on Twitter where it was like a set where like some convenience store where a robber tried to come in and like steal the safe. So the robber pounded on the clerk, the desk, and then all like from the roof a gun fell like right into the hands of the clerk. And
Wow. Good movie.
Man.
so
Yeah.
Back to Russia, though.
Yeah. But
yeah, but the answer to any question with guns is America.
Yes.
okay. Good to know.
But-
But anyway,
Russia!
but yeah,
Russia.
we'll get back to Russia. But I need to counter Darian's point
Man.
about 7-Eleven food. 7-Eleven food, but the thing with 7-Eleven food is that I'm pretty sure it's only good in Japan and Korea.
Well, that's because
Is
7-Eleven,
this
like, in
7-Eleven?
Japan actually fucking cares. Like, that food there is
That's
fucking fire.
It
In
is.
Japan, they actually care. Like you've been to Japan. You've seen how clean it is in Japan, and how everybody
Oh, yeah.
keeps it clean in Japan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Oh,
for
Like
sure.
if people here and in the States
Yeah.
cared about like how clean like public spaces are, I would be sure that it would be the quality would be just as good. But
Yes.
because people don't care here, that's why like they don't need to reach that level of quality, right?
Yeah, it's like the funny thing is we went, like, when we went to Japan, right, our flight was late, so Air Canada put us in, like, a pretty fancy hotel, and in
I
this
remember.
hotel is a 7-Eleven. And I'm like, what? That seems out of place coming from a Canadian perspective. And then I go in and I'm like, this place is fucking amazing. Why don't we have these all over Canada?
I was disappointed because there were no Slurpees.
Well, that's probably a
Definitely
Canadian-
no Slurpees.
When I went to Vancouver to watch a concert, the hotel I stayed in also did have a 7-Eleven in the lobby, so that would be my counterpoint.
Dude, I went to Toronto and Quebec, and we spent like an hour trying to find a 7-Eleven
Really?
that was like near the Toronto airport, and we couldn't find it, and we just gave up.
On the same trip, I also went to
Apparently,
Toronto.
there's like one whole 7-Eleven in the entirety of Ontario, and it's just like we
One
just wanted to
7-Eleven.
try some
No.
Slurpees in Canada that weren't in Winnipeg.
The thing with Toronto is that it's literally one gigantic like commercial spot like downtown, and then
No, yeah, it's gross.
everywhere else, just houses everywhere else.
Gross.
I don't like Toronto that much.
I love
I've
Toronto.
been there a couple times.
That's why we don't live there.
Toronto's okay. Toronto's okay. I'm much more of a Vancouver guy myself, but I like Toronto. They have the Raptors. They have Drake. The city's
Do they have Drake now? Where is he?
Drake.
Oh,
I
man.
don't know. He's probably in the Nike lab. In the Nike lab.
Josh, are you a Drake supporter? Are you a Drake apologist?
I am wearing an OVO hat, and that is Drake's streetwear brand.
What happened with Drake?
Did
Yeah, I can play basketball with Kevin Durant in the Nike lab with Drake. It's
What
great.
happened with Drake, Darian?
He's a gambler.
I think it was allegations of him stalking a girl until she turned 18, basically.
Oh yeah, the grooming thing.
But then was like,
Yeah, the grooming thing we
Yeah.
talked
Did
about.
that one? Oh.
Yeah.
Drake.
but that's
Yeah.
kind of old.
Yeah.
It's still bad, but it's kind of old.
Yeah. Yeah, but anyways,
I'm not the kind of person to go and dig up stuff that somebody did like 8 years ago to be like, they're bad now.
The thing is, he waited till she was 18. Smash players.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Anyways, where were we? Russian COVID-19 vaccines.
Yes,
Well,
it's
I'm
called
surprised-
Sputnik.
I'm surprised we went on that big of a tangent without Isaac being here.
Wow.
The
Amazing.
tangent probably would have went twice as long if Isaac was here. So
Yeah, I was about to
That's
say,
true.
imagine how long it would have went with him here.
Keep going. I don't see why, you know.
yeah.
Russia bad.
Okay,
They
wait,
rigged
what-
elections.
What's, I mean, does the vaccine work?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why doctors are like legitimately like afraid.
If
I
it
would be
worked,
afraid
good
too.
reason.
everybody
Yeah.
would be using it.
Yeah, for good reason
the-
too.
The United States said no to the vaccine.
I mean, why are they trying to push so hard to make this thing if they aren't even sure it's safe?
One
I
word.
think they just want to be first.
They just want to be first. They just want to say like, oh, there's no more COVID in Russia.
We did it. Yeah.
Man, classic
Money.
Russia.
That's
Always
what I'm
trying to
saying.
beat the US to the moon.
Always.
Ending up killing their astronauts.
Wow.
You know about that? They killed their astronauts, even though their astronauts said this thing will explode. And they're like, no, beat US to the moon.
No, we win.
No,
These
apparently
accents.
the fucking US astronauts on the moon watched the fucking spaceship go around the moon and fail to land like 30 times.
We go moon. Russia flag
30
down
times.
on moon.
Russia, so Russia.
Russia.
That happened to the States as well, though. They were like, they did a trip to the space station, and then on like exit or whatever, like leaving Earth, like a bunch of their heat resistant panels fell off, and then they're like, there's a hole in our spaceship. Do you really think we could land? And then NASA was like, yeah, that's fine. So when they came in, obviously there was a hole in their spaceship, and it just like burnt, and then they died, obviously.
Obviously. Dead.
I can't believe I wanted to be an astronaut when I was like 8 years old. It's basically
Isn't
just like
everyone?
signing your life away for testing.
I'd be.
Well, I mean, actually, these days it's more like sitting around and practicing going to space, but never actually going to space.
That's why you gotta work for SpaceX, because they actually send
Oh.
people to space. Good job, Elon Musk.
But what else do we even need to do in space right now?
I don't know, maybe there's
I mean,
effects-
everything else is too far away to get
limited
to.
resources in the asteroid belt alone.
Like, the way that Earth is going recently, you know, having an option to leave it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I kind of don't want to be here.
Yeah,
That's
Ma-
fair.
Right
Mars
now?
is sounding more appealing by the day.
yeah.
Really, Mars?
It's not Earth.
It ain't
That's true.
Earth. That's true.
It's not Earth. It's the only place in the solar system that isn't a gas planet or is boiling, like metal
But-
boiling.
The problem isn't Earth. The problem is human life.
Wow.
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 Yeah. All right. So that's what we got on the Russian COVID vaccine.
didn't even say
Tangent number 2.
All right. Yeah.
Woo!
But basically,
I need to start taking
The bottom.
ADD medication if it's going to continue like this.
yeah. The bottom line is that the Russians are taking a risk, and it's
big risk.
probably gonna
Yes.
fail.
And I wouldn't recommend.
So if
Yeah.
Russia goes up to you
if-
asking if you want a shot of the COVID vaccine, you say,
If
Nah.
Russian people in lab coats approach you saying, "Hey, you want to be invulnerable," don't do it.
But maybe do it.
No, don't do it.
Maybe.
Once our government says that they have a vaccine, are you guys gonna take it? Like day one?
Yes.
probably.
Day one.
Well,
Then
as
I
long
can
as
go
it's
out.
like approved, like safe.
I would probably. If
I would always check like
our
side
government has
effects
way too
first.
many regulation. I wouldn't care about side effects. I mean, the chances of side effects happening is like next to none.
Well,
Like with every vaccine, you take a vaccine for the mumps, measles, and something else. I can't remember the third one. It's like there's a very small chance of your skin like blistering in hives, but it's like 1 in a million. So you
See, the problem
you
is-
want a debilitating disease. You want to take that one small chance of getting really bad hives.
Yes to that, because you take that vaccine when you're 2. I don't remember anything when I was 2. So, like, oh, I might have been that 1 in a million chance. I don't know, because I was 2. I don't remember anything.
Exactly. I'd rather take the 1 in a million chance of having a horrible skin condition for the rest of my life than literally being in a like iron lung because I was too dumb for the whatever that disease is called that puts you in it.
yes. And if the Canadian government approves of the vaccine, then I would trust it. I trust the government.
Yeah. Yeah.
The R7
Only me.
podcast is not for anti-vaxxers.
No, if you're
That's right.
anti-vax, you're
I
stupid,
love
and honest to
vaccines.
God, you shouldn't be allowed to have kids.
Oh, I love vaccines. I have them for breakfast every morning.
Yes.
Hey guys, I'm an
That's how I
anti.
inject.
Hi.
That's how I inject my food.
Hi, I'm an anti-vaxxer. I just injected grape jelly into my baby.
Grape jelly.
I wonder
I'm
why.
anti-vax.
I
Yeah.
wonder why
Like
my
that
baby's
was
dead
held
now.
My 50th funeral with my 2-year-old kids.
Wow.
That's
What
sad.
would happen if you replaced all the blood in the human body with grape jelly?
Ah.
I don't know. Let's find out.
You would taste delicious.
You turn into that girl who ate the bubble gum from Willy Wonka or
Oh,
Charlie
yeah.
whatever. in
No,
the-
that's not grape. That's blueberry.
Well, they're both fruits.
Same concept.
See, views from a
Actually,
fat man's
blueberries kind of
perspective.
taste like grapes. I had a blueberry for like the first time a couple weeks ago.
No, blueberries are way better.
And I also thought, didn't
They
you?
are.
Yeah, she's
They are.
blueberry, right?
Guys, aren't we supposed to be
Hello.
moving on?
No.
I
Oh,
don't
this
know.
is free. We're entertaining the viewers. Like, you know, this is just free content.
content. If you cut any of this out, I'm gonna drive to your house and pull out all of your teeth one by one.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
Now,
Nice.
entry into the podcast. That'll be my
Darian,
compromise.
I'd like to see your skinny ass try.
okay. He wants it. Go ahead.
Here, look, I'll show you. I'll pull out one of my own teeth right now.
See, you can't even do it on yourself.
He's doing it right now. What are you talking about?
Well, it's like how you can't pinch yourself hard because like your brain tells you not to, but you can pinch other
Yeah.
people because your brain's not telling you not to. It's like that. It's like when you can't tickle yourself, because your brain tells you, oh, you're doing it. Or, I don't know. I didn't take biology. Stop looking at me.
You have to be biology in uni.
But anyways, we gotta answer a really important question here. Is Mark Zuckerberg human?
Probably not that.
Is Mark
No.
Zuckerberg human? Should we believe him if he says he is?
No.
Yes.
I think we should not be
human.
asking him. We should be asking whoever his
He has a
parents
kid.
are.
I mean, are his parents real? I guess they
no,
are.
No. Okay, here's the thing. You think he's a lizard, right? I think that he's an AI.
And yeah,
That
I don't
absolutely
think
makes
he's-
sense.
I don't think he's a living being. I think he's a robot trying to, and Facebook is an experiment to see the human psyche, and then it's collecting the data about humans and gonna use that data for the AI revolution. It
Okay.
will all be slaves.
So-
It will be Terminator.
Here's a flawless checklist you can come back to that you can use on anyone at all for testing if they are a human. There are 5 things you can do. 1, touch their eyeball. If they react, they're probably human. If they don't, they could be pretty much any other animal or an alien. 2, take them outside on a really hot day. If they start sweating, then they're probably human. If they don't, I don't know what to tell you,
Well,
buddy.
There could always be an AI
I
that
failed
has
2 of those
artificial-
tests right now, so I'm 0 for 2. So
Uh-oh.
You have
Keep going.
artificial sweat ducts, Darian. And then when the internal thermometer in their body gets to a certain point, it's like, oh, be human, time to pour water out
Yeah,
of me.
they can figure that out.
yeah, that could be figured out. But anyways,
You gotta give them good old logic play.
3.
I've never heard anybody say to Mark Zuckerberg, this sentence is false.
Hmm.
I've never heard anybody ask him that. Why? Because they know if they were to say that, the truth would be out there.
I don't know what the 3rd one is or the 4th.
Oh.
I came up with this like
You
right
say
now.
5?
Yeah, the 5th thing. What's something only a human would do?
He doesn't know because he's not human.
No, I don't know because there's a bunch of things that all animals do.
I'm sure.
The only thing I can think of really is that humans are sensitive on their eyes and humans sweat. That's all I know. Every animal does every other thing.
Well, no, there are other animals. that sweat.
Zuckerberg can have sex for pleasure because only humans do that. That's a
No,
true fact.
dolphins.
Oh
man.
yes, exactly.
No,
Dolphins are just
Number 5.
Dolphins kill pufferfish and then use them as fleshlights.
We're not talking about dolphins.
No, but someone just said sex for pleasure, and I'm
That's-
recording that.
That's not sexual or that's
Well,
that's
it's
just
not
sexual.
my fault you're spending too much time learning about dolphin masturbation.
dolphin masturbation.
I mean, what else
They're
is there
just,
to learn
they're
about
just
this fucking
incredibly
dolphin?
rapist.
Yeah. But anyways, here's what I think. I think that I think Zuckerberg is a lizard person because
Oh, that's Obama.
that could be Zuck too. That could be Queen Elizabeth too.
I thought the thing was that he's an
shit,
alien.
I never thought about that. Queen Elizabeth could be a fucking lizard person.
No wonder she's lived for like
Maybe.
she's lived
She
like
lived for like 95 years. She doesn't even
95?
stay over 70.
exactly.
What about the prince guy that literally
Yeah.
looks like a walking corpse?
The really old guy.
What's his name?
That's a discussion. Is that
Matthew
guy
or
actually just
something?
alive, or is there like, is he just like animated?
No,
to,
it's just a
like,
corpse. It's a corpse that they set up and then like take pictures of.
Is
So
it
that they can
animatronic?
give the
They
illusion
put
of him being
body-
alive.
all of his
a
bones
bodysuit?
with,
Is there like somebody inside of Prince Charles right now, just walking around in his body
Oh,
to make it look like he's alive.
It's a
Yeah.
fucking animatronic, like that you see at Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's literal Five Nights at Freddy's. Have you ever went into the castle in the evening and tried to
No,
look
I have
for
not.
and try to look for the prince?
No, I feel like you'd get shot by the royal guards.
Are there guns in the
Five
UK?
nights at
Yeah.
Five
and
nights at
apparently the
Edinburgh
guards and
Palace.
The Queen are
No,
like-
Buckingham, not Edinburgh. I'm stupid.
That's a
Um,
city.
Edinburgh.
Scotland.
Barbaro.
Of course, Brady would know that. He's Scottish, so yeah.
He's Scottish.
Yeah. Anyways, but back to my
I don't-
little tangent.
I don't know
So
why I said Edinburgh.
How do you even know about Edinburgh?
What do you? How do what?
But anyways, all right, let's
You
let's
think I
not,
don't know
let's,
things?
we are not going back. We are not going into an Edinburgh tangent. But anyways, allow me to make my statement. Number
You
one.
denying me my freedom!
Oh my
Oh
god.
my goodness. But anyways, number one. Does a normal human put 2 pounds of sunscreen on their face and surf
What?
with
The picture.
and surf on a robotic surfboard with a hoodie?
Did they
and
really?
black-
Did they really weigh 2 whole pounds of sunscreen?
It looks like it. It looks like it. Have you
Mark
seen?
Zuckerberg off? I do too. So I need better. You need better facts than that.
Yeah, but anyways, so
Yeah, I
'Cause,
kicked
like,
myself in
I'm
the
pretty sure he's American, so they wouldn't use.
Pretty sure.
Oh wait, no, they use pounds. Sorry, I'm Canadian, so we use the imperiatric system.
No, we use the metric system, Darian.
Yeah, but we say pounds and we say feet.
Yeah, because
Which is-
America.
I say
Imperial.
centimeters. Is that
Yeah,
what?
because who the fuck knows meters and kilograms?
Me.
Everyone else.
That's
Well, it's
What?
it's a dumb system of measurement.
No, it isn't. It's great.
No, it isn't.
It's
It
amazing.
makes
great.
sense.
Fucking
I really like
but
it.
anyways,
fucking
all right.
based
So
off of some random king's foot size.
guys, I'm trying to make a statement here. But anyways, so Zuckerberg, the man, puts 2 pounds of sunscreen on his face, wears a hoodie while surfing on an electric board on his private island, and he's wearing shorts that make him look dummy thick.
I
when-
think the biggest proof that he's not human, Josh, is literally the Congress meeting he was at. Like, you just need to watch that, and you're like, yeah, human.
Yeah, the description is literally 90% me at work.
Yeah, 90% of the memes are from that. Like, one fucking, 8-hour event?
Yeah, just him like drinking the water is, yeah.
Drinks water, it's like how Trump
What was
drinks water.
It's like there was also the picture of him on the surfboard.
Oh yeah, I was talking
that-
about
Yeah.
that.
the picture we're talking
Yeah,
about.
I know. But like, what's up with that?
Exactly.
Is that what he's doing in the epidemic?
Pandemic.
Yeah.
Pandemic. We're in a
Damn, he's
pandemic.
living good.
Right.
Yeah. So one more
An
thing.
inside look into what
Fail.
billionaires do during a pandemic as they get more billions of money every week because America's a terrible country.
But anyways, one more thing.
Yeah.
Did you see like his stream of him in his backyard?
Yes, I saw
He's live streaming.
a little bit.
He live streamed for a bit and he's like,
What did he say?
I'm in the back. I'm smoking some meats.
Some grill.
And then like just how he was talking in just like one tone.
There's the
It's
Instagram face filter thing where he's like, talk about the face filter. He's like, this is my favorite so far. Keep it up, guys. And he's so robotic when he talks.
exactly.
It's like he literally doesn't have any human interaction in his life at all. So he just
Yeah.
doesn't know how to talk to people.
That's why I
There
said
we
he's
go.
artificial. He's an AI. He's using Facebook to learn how to be more human.
Yeah, the real Mark
working very
Zuckerberg
well.
actually, the real Mark Zuckerberg actually died like 20 years ago
Damn.
and has been replaced by that.
No, I think what happened is the real Mark Zuckerberg created Facebook, got into AI creating, and then his AI killed him. He probably planned on deleting the AI or like unplugging it, and the AI was like no, and then killed him, and then was like fuck. So he's now wearing his skin like a skin suit.
Like, have you
And
seen?
that's
Yeah.
just a
Man.
theory.
We really are living in Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh,
They are.
we
Wow.
really are.
Nobody else gets that joke, I think, unless you've played until the end of the custom night in Sister Location.
I never played it, but I watched all the theories.
I watched.
I played
I,
Five Nights at
I didn't
Freddy's.
play it
My
either, but I watched YouTubers do it.
Yeah.
I really like Five Nights at Freddy's
As a concept.
as a game, as
Lots of
everything,
real
really.
life simulation.
Yeah, but yeah, so our consensus, Zuckerberg is not a human.
Yeah.
I think
In the R7 court, we here declare
declare.
Blind,
Mark Zuckerberg as
non-human.
Dummy thick. Yay!
We declare Zuckerberg as not human.
Why are you saluting? Is that what
Yeah, why
you do
are
in
you
court?
saluting?
Does
No.
the judge salute now?
I'm a good boy.
This is
Are
our
we in
7
court?
court, so we just do what we just do. We just,
Hey, have any of you guys done jury duty?
I hope to
No.
God I never do it.
I was supposed to know small teams, but then resolve.
I'm that type of person who I'd hear one side of the argument and I'd be like, yeah, he's guilty, and then the defendant would come on and I'd be like, he's not guilty, and then the
That's-
prosecutor
well, that's
would
the
come on
point,
again and I'd be
yeah.
like, he's guilty.
I'd just be sitting there waiting for it to turn into something like Phoenix Wright.
And then it never does, and then you walk home disappointed.
yeah.
90% of jury cases is like, oh, she scratched my car and I want her to pay for it. Well, do you have any proof? No.
Oh, that's civil court, though.
Alright, let's go to the jury. What do you guys think? Because yeah, my teacher did jury duty twice in one term, and he was like, "Yeah, it's literally nothing. It's like, oh, this guy stole like a pack of gum from 7-Eleven," and then the judge is like, "Do I really want to put charges on this person?"
Technically it's illegal, but also, like, who gives a shit?
It's
Yeah.
literally it's not even like, oh, we need a jury. It's more like, oh, we need witnesses to watch this judge go like, do I really want to like ruin this kid's life for the rest of his life for like stealing like a chocolate bar?
And then 80% of the time they're like, of course I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Justice must be served.
You
Yes.
stole gum. You know how much gum a person could chew, and now they can't chew because you stole it? Life in prison.
Chew, but chew. No.
You are sentenced to life in prison for... Oh, wait, man, what was the word they used? Mischief.
For mischief. That's so
Fucking
cute.
That's a
Yes.
reference. That's a reference to an article made about people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyways,
Yeah.
so
Wait, what's the word? I can't think of it. Oh no.
all right. So anyways, do we just call it
Protesting in America.
Mischief.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, anyways, I guess this concludes our show. First of all, thank you, Mark, for coming on here and spending some time and talking the topics and doing the
Mark
interview.
Zuckerberg.
Yes.
By saying that Mark Zuckerberg is human only if he decides to hire me as a person with 18 months of software engineering experience, I believe that I can provide something to you. My resume is posted at twitch.tv/plan5.
Isn't this the resume?
Yep. Follow his
No,
Twitch
this is
page.
Josh's resume.
No, this is the
Ah.
cover letter.
This
Yeah.
this is cover letter. This is my resume. This is my resume, and this is also Mark's cover letter. So,
This is resume.
yeah, so I'd like to thank the hosts that have come on here to help run this function, and yeah, I'll see.
I like how the one time you said, "Hey, we're gonna talk about this and this," we just went crazy.
We do this
And
on
Isaac's
purpose.
not even here, so yeah. Anyways, thank you for your time, and we'll see you on the next function. All right, bye.
Next function. What does that mean?